Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 for some more Pilops Career Mode. We have our third plane, and it's the Beechcraft Twin Beech. Love this plane. This is one of the famous flyers that came out in 2020. So, again, being able to utilize a bunch of planes that I've purchased in the past in this program is just awesome, so I'm excited. I already did a mission with it, so it's not like the first time I've flown it, but it's just an awesome plane that I absolutely love flying. So hopefully everybody's having a not Las Vegas, hang on. But yeah, hopefully everybody's having a fantastic week. We're halfway through it. And all that good stuff. So we are over in the Colorados. In good old Alamosa, Colorado to be exact. And now let's find out what we're going to do. I guess I should have already had all this zoomed in here. Completely unprofessional. So we're definitely not doing a 10 nautical mile flight. Although that is funny. Can make a good little chunk of a few $100 if we wanted to, but no, we're going... I think Grand Junction is going to be a great spot to head to. 162 nautical miles, nothing that the Beechcraft can't handle. And there's a lot of packages too, which is great, actually. So yeah, we're definitely doing that. So let's go ahead and add that on to the Twin Beech. Get our passengers on board as well. We have a capacity of 6 passengers. Which it looks like, ooh, this is going to work out perfectly. Just fill it all up. 10,000? Not bad for a relatively short flight. Helps out having the general package, of course, and 4 passengers. This is a smaller airport. It still has a good amount of missions, but we're not doing a lengthy one. Because as you know, I don't think that makes for good content if it's one long flight for hours. So, perfect. There's that. Let's go ahead and open up the program, refresh the flight, so we get our 10,000 estimated coin. Money, whatever you want to call it. And then we'll go ahead and add that to our planner. I'm going to start on the ramp. And perfect. And of course, this is free flight, and if you're in the latest beta build, you can join us. We are in live weather, all players. And I will actually check what server I'm on this time, because I always forget that. We're on West. That's where I'm at. So West US, and then live play, or all players is what I'm set to. Fantastic. Fantastic. And what did it say for a flight time in the sim? Oh, only an hour. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. But what a plane. I haven't flown it in a while. I mean, again, like I was saying... Oh, hang on. I already see screen tearing, which means my settings have been reset. Hold up. I don't know. One of these days, we'll have the sim not reset settings, and it'll be lovely. It'll be absolutely lovely. But anyways, now that we're out of the screen-tearing era, what a plane. I mean, my goodness. Fantastic livery. And like I was saying before, rudely being interrupted by the screen tears, it's just nice being able to utilize these aircraft in a career setting that, you know, I haven't flown in a while and I spent money on, so it's great seeing some use for these other ones that have kind of just been sitting in my hangar, not being used. So, cool. Let's go ahead and get this thing started up. We have AI Copilot on, so he's going to be taking care of our ATC. And let's have a good flight. Oh, also, let me start this. Almost forgot about it. That would have been something. Cool. Oh, this isn't a towered airport, that's why we're not doing anything. So we're going to go ahead and announce our taxi.
CTWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12 is taxiing to runway 2, Kilo Alpha Lima Sierra traffic.
And is runway 2 the opposite side of the airport? Of course it is! Why would it not be? Before we do anything else, let's get our lights on. There's a weird glitch, because this is not a 2024 native aircraft, it's just 2020. I'll probably leave the lights off, actually, because changing lights or even engaging flaps shuts off the electronics of the aircraft. Not sure what's going on there, but hopefully we'll get some fixes for that. I noticed that yesterday in my night flight. I was like, oh, this is good. Let me make sure it doesn't do that. Are we good? Maybe it was just a weird glitch. Okay, it's not freaking out this time, which is nice. PC-12 in the air. Open up that window. Get some good audio coming on in. And that way I can check the audio, which is probably a mess again, like it always is. So we'll see. Hello, Christian. Hello, hello. Alright, let's see what this sounds like. Because obviously, this plane's going to be a bit louder than what we've become accustomed to. I think it sounds perfect. So we'll check it again once we're up in the air with a full-fledged, powered-on engine. Bringing us over the Rockies. Hello, Omar. How are you doing this fine Wednesday? Welcome, welcome. Of course, the other biggest thing, too, that I'm always looking for when I'm picking another plane for this career mode, similar to the in-sim career, is I want a plane that has some autopilot, because I'm not always around, so if it doesn't have autopilot, it's not going to do much for me, so... And thankfully this one does. I did keep our lovely Skymaster Cessna as well. I didn't sell that. So it's still part of our company. And yeah. Sir DLW, welcome to the stream as well. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're having a fantastic Wednesday as well. And same to anybody else who's stopping on by. Very much appreciate it. But I mean, check out the back of this thing. Is that not awesome or what? One of these days I want to fly in one of these. But yeah, we got the window open because it is... Oh, it might be a bit cooler up in the mountains, honestly, but we'll just pretend it's very warm out. Quick question you've likely answered, but I couldn't find in past broadcasts. How long until I can start accepting jobs in Pilops? Do I gotta get... you can accept jobs right away because you get a Cessna 172 to start off with, and you can immediately do jobs. You're not having to just fly around and do nothing. So yep, once you get into it, you're going to start a flight. You'll have a 172, of course, and you'll hit cargo and passengers at whatever airport you decide to start at, and then that's where you select what jobs you're wanting to complete. What I always do is the same airport, and then the profit starts rolling on in. Hopefully that answers what you're wanting for that. Love these older planes. Right, Omar? No doubt about it, I agree. Just look how cool. This one's a fun one to fly as well. Because again, if you just joined, this is one that came out in 2020. Or for Flight Sim 2020, I don't know the specific year. But yep, this was a famous flyer, and I don't know how to close the window now. Oh, there we go. But yeah, it's just awesome. I don't know what that PC-12 is doing, but he's now descending. Maybe another airport over there, you never know.
Kilo Alpha Lima Sierra traffic.
Oh, AI is doing it this time, okay.
Foxtrot Lima India 1-2, taking off runway 2, north departure, Kilo Alpha Lima Sierra traffic.
Just listen to this thing, too. Ooh. Good stuff. So let's go for our just under an hour flight from Alamosa, Colorado, over to the western part of the state in Grand Junction. I've been wanting to get better cargo space and just overall capacity, so that's why I didn't want to do the Bonanza after doing the Skymaster. Plus, I just wanted to do some other stuff that we haven't flown much on any of the content, so... By the way, get those flaps down. Ooh. Get back onto this screen here. It was looking a little weird. I need to adjust our trim because I am pulled back quite far. Oh, that's why. I thought I forgot the flaps. I added a whole nother notch in there. Oops. Sorry, plane.
Squawk 7112. Squawk 7112, CTWN 32 underscore, and Foxtrot Lima India 12. CTWN 32 underscore, and Foxtrot Lima India 12. Radar contact 2 miles northeast of Kilo Alpha Lima Sierra.
Oh, wait, hang on. Sorry, plane. I was... okay. I thought we were going the other way. Hang on, bank to the left, please. Love it. Alright, so let's get a little over 1,000 feet per minute. I think will be good. And then we'll probably get a cruise altitude 12,000 feet or so. Possibly. Because obviously main objective number 1 is to get above those mountains, or else this mission will be short-lived. So, we don't want that happening. I'm also still not going the right way. This is going very well. Too busy doing my showcase shots. Let's go ahead and turn to the left some more. Let's see here. I Gotta take another look when I get off work. I tried starting my Pilops Career last night, but work had me sleepy. Now I see I'm actually... Oh, it's all good, Banana, no worries. But yep, it's as simple as that. So again, if you're just joining and you're wanting to see that again, I'll just showcase what you do. So when you're in the Pilops website, it'll probably be on the dashboard first, whatever. You'll hit start a flight. You'll start with the 172, and then of course it's under cargo and passengers. And then it'll pick whatever mission, so whatever airport you are at, it'll always have missions for you to choose from very short ones to medium size to pretty far flights, of course. And yep, and then once you're done with all that, you're good to go. You'll see the estimated profit. You'll then open up that software, this piece, and then it'll say start or pre-flight, whatever. You'll go through that, get the nice little chime, and then before you take off, make sure you have this screen, because if you don't set this up right, it won't count, of course, because it's not actually tracking it. So once you see this, the tracker for happiness on passengers, the cargo status and all that, you are recording the flight properly, so. But yeah, this thing was 135,000 credits. And I said yes. Absolutely worth grabbing. Is this the one the table came out? Ah, it is. Very nice. Get some work done on this flight. Here, I'm going to have this view for a little bit, just so, well, here, I guess I'll look out the window, so we can actually look at something. Because I just want to make sure the audio is still good. Because it was fine on the ground, but now that the engines are fully roaring, I want to make sure it's still good. Alright, sounds great. I turned up the game audio just a little bit, but everything else sounds and looks fantastic. And hello, Barry! Welcome, welcome. And yes, this is an old plane. I love it. No, I just don't really need the chase plane stuff. I'm good with my showcase camera drone and then the walk-around feature inside the aircraft to do these types of shots. Nope, the only thing third-party that I'm looking to kind of showcase is probably going to be Miltech Simulations Blackhawk, and then their career program that's going to be focused on like military aspects. That's kind of the only thing on my radar for third-party that I'm interested in grabbing. By the way, we're already at 14,000 feet, so let's go ahead and bring this pitch down. Okay, we'll go to 15,000 feet, because we are going to be going over some pretty hefty peaks. So, never mind. Continue what you were doing, plane. Get a little bit more extra power going on. Very nice, Barry. This thing looks so awesome at night too, because you have the red lights going on. Just awesome. Here, and actually, let's do a little flyby with just the basic stuff here. Oh, that's definitely not what I want. Hang on. We were far too far away there. Hang on. Let me get a better shot. Nice. Alright, I should stop it from climbing here. Hang on. Well, here, first of all. That way we don't have to go too far away. Let's see. Oh, yeah, 16,000 feet. We're definitely good now. Altitude hold mode, please. I want to do something else too. This drone lock mode should make it to where we're focused on the plane. And then I don't have to do it. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. I don't have to do it. Oh, get back. He doesn't want to zoom in anymore. No. By the way, look at all the farmland down here. That's pretty cool. Get my nice smooth movement again. Oh, not 0, please. Oops, did not mean to do that. We're still good, right? Okay. I was hoping we didn't kick it out of autopilot there. That would have been something. Is this aircraft good? Oh, it's fantastic. Love this plane. Matt, no, we're in Colorado. Took off from Alamosa, heading to the western part of the state to Grand Junction. And Sir DLW, absolutely. That's just, I don't want to have all this other crap on here. I don't want more stuff in the toolbar. No. Nope. I'm not really too picky with that type of stuff. Like, the showcase camera is all I need for custom shots and everything. It does what I need it to. I don't need more than 10, because I never even use the custom slot cameras, because apparently you can have up to 10 or whatever. I never deal with that. It's just the walk around feature and then showcase drone camera. Does everything I need it to. Especially when I'm doing pre-recorded shots, I just always get these types of stationary shots for B-roll, and does everything I need it to without me having to have other crap to have installed and keep updated and worry about it breaking the sim, and just, no. I'm good. Fishy Claws VR, hello, hello, welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here. Hopefully you're having a fantastic Wednesday.
Ascend and maintain 15,000.
Was that to us? Oh. I was about to say, I'm like, what are we? Don't talk to me. I want to be at whatever altitude I want to be.
Descend and maintain 15,000 generic 85 Juliet Alpha.
And we actually did that in the beginning of the stream. We're on West US and live player, or all players, and then live weather and all that good stuff. If that's what you're talking about. Oh, by the way, let me bring this back. I just realized I never brought it back. There we go. Flying the yokeless Twin Beech. What a view out of this thing, though. Awesome. Again, I'm not picky about sound. I mean, I think the majority of the planes sound great. A330 could use some improvements, but that is going to be getting some stuff. But not picky about engine sounds. As long as it sounds cool like this does, I'm satisfied, so. Hey, Adam. On Xbox and refuse to pay for Game Pass or Live or whatever. Can I fly multiplayer? On Xbox, because it's weird. On PC, you don't need Xbox. Well, it's not even Live anymore, because now it's just Game Pass Core. The whole rebranding of Game Pass makes no sense, just like my thought process about what the next Xbox is going to be, which I saw there's more layoffs on Microsoft and Xbox, so. It's always funny to me when layoffs happen, but then the CEO or the head honcho of the brand says, even though this has been the most players and the most money we've ever made, you know, all that kind of corporate nonsense, we're going to lay you off anyways. But anyways, that's besides the point. Because on PC, I don't think you need anything to fly on multiplayer. But on Xbox, I think you do. I really don't know. Hopefully somebody can give a definitive answer on that. I'm about done with Game Pass Ultimate, because most of the games that come out I don't have any interest in, so it's kind of just pointless for me, but I don't know. All I do know is we have some fantastic views outside the aircraft. Absolutely, Adam. Sorry it couldn't have been a better answer. Nope, I'll never be doing that here, Barry, because to me, $20 is just a lot of money. Especially if it's just something that, you know, if it's just one thing that you're getting forever in the time of playing it, then whatever, you know. But with Flight Sim, it's different. You know, it's just an ever-evolving thing of you investing money into it, so yeah, that's why I'm not too intrigued by third-party stuff, especially paid ones. Some of them might be cool, sure, but no. I want as vanilla of an experience as possible. And that still holds true, because the only thing third-party we have is Pilops, which isn't, you know, it's free. which is awesome. And then the only other third-party stuff is airplanes I buy from time to time. Because, I mean, I bought all the famous flyers and all that stuff that Asobo released from 2020 through now 2024. And then from time to time, we, you know, get a third-party developer plane. But now I'm at the point where it needs to be unique. If it's something similar to what I already own, I'm not going to have like 7 million Pipers, 7 million Beechcrafts or something like that, unless it's something unique to that brand. Because I don't need to have a similar aircraft with just a different engine and that's it. Like I'm not going to be doing that, because that's when you're going to spend a lot of money really quick. So I want stuff that's unique. So the only thing, like I was saying earlier, is the Blackhawk by Miltech Simulations. That way we can test out their military kind of focused career mode, I guess. I think it'll open up down the road, but for the starters, it'll be focused on military aircraft, of course. And that's the only thing I have planned for third party. Because the other reason I don't like doing too much with third-party programs is a lot of viewers play on the Xbox version of the sim too, and I try to keep it as close to an experience so console players can also enjoy it. If we're just filled with a bunch of different programs that console players can't enjoy, then it kind of ruins their experience too, because it's like, oh, I wish I could do that too, but yeah, it's just, I'm not going to spend money on all this and then divide the experience that viewers get. I just always want it to be whatever anybody can buy the sim can experience, basically. Yeah, on Xbox you do, but PC you don't. And the reason I know that is because when my dad is in Flight Sim on the PC, he doesn't have Xbox Live or Game Pass or anything like that, so... And he's still online in the multiplayer. I still think online should just be free anyways, but, you know, that's besides the point. Yeah, here, by the way, let me open that up so I can actually give you definitive answers. Because I've tried to keep up with it, but most of the time it's always a pain to try to figure out what's going on. So let me see. Because I think it's going to be a free career thing, it's just you have to pay for the aircraft, of course. And, if I'm not I'm not going to say something and then be wrong, so hang on. Miltech Simulations Career Mode. I wish Miltech was a bit more, like, open to adding it to their website instead of hiding it. I don't know why it's so hidden. Is it not a career mode? Is it a mission? Mission mode. Yeah, that's why I'm not finding it right. There we go. Oh, that's Documentation Hub. Alright, let's see what's going on here. To go through all these like websites to figure it out. There we go. There's the blog. Mission System. Introducing Miltech Mission Hub. Around the same time as the successful release of Super Carrier blah 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 blah, we recognize the need for a flexible, expandable, universal, and aircraft agnostic mission campaign editor within Microsoft Flight Simulator. With the announcement of Flight Sim 2024 and its new built-in career mode, we initially believed that a custom mission system might no longer be necessary or viable. However, after reviewing the features and limitations, it became clear that while undeniably fun, it lacks the flexibility and depth needed to support the wide range of mission types and gameplay modes we envision. As a result, we've revisited our original concept, aiming to build a system that will remain fully independent from FS24 career mode, modular, and adaptable across aircraft types and mission profiles. So, Oh, and this mission hub is going to be working for 2020, and on both PC and Xbox. So if you're on Xbox, you can utilize this thing. You know what? Here, hang on. Let me... Oh, no, it's fine. I'll just put the images on here and make it easier. Image. So this is what it'll look like. So you can create your own. I think you can share it as well. We'll kind of dive into it. But you're able to make your own custom missions, where the start points are, where the search areas are for search and rescue, and all that kind of stuff. So there's picture number 1. Capabilities. This will be a long-term iterative. I don't know why. Hang on, let me zoom this. It's so tiny. I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm so far away from the screen. There we go. Given the upcoming release of the MH60 series and our expanding portfolio of naval carriers, the initial focus is on naval-oriented mission types with a strong foundation of flexibility and expandability. At launch, the system will support the following mission categories: firefighting, predefined missions, missions whose routing and actions has been designed by a team of developers with little room for flexibility. On-demand custom mission, user-created missions, and fully customizable. So, are they talking about... I guess they were talking about predefined missions, so what it isn't in the career mode. So you can make your own, share them. Randomized location, simple missions consisting in extinguishing a fire at a random location nearby. SAR, search and rescue operations. External transport operations, sling loads. So land to land, land to ship, ship to land, and ship to ship. Anti-submarine warfare, mission types designed around maritime patrol, sonar operations, and subsurface engagement, integrated with the sono dipper, and sono buoys functionality on the aircraft module, and ship-borne missions, dynamic deployment of missions from naval vessels anywhere in the world. And then, of course, they've also talked about, because this was from April, they also announced that they're working on a U-2 aircraft. There's going to be spy missions incorporated with this career mission, or career mode, I should say. And they said this list is subject to change. We may add or remove mission types prior to release based on what we determine to be stable, reliable, and ready for launch. So, here's another image coming up. How do I edit the image? Oh, that's how I edit it. Hang on. Here's image number 2, which is kind of showing basically you creating your own missions that you can share or just play by yourself if you want. You can title it, add a description, and then change what the mission type is. It can be training, firefighting, SAR, all that type of stuff we were talking about. And you can even see that on the list there. You can show triggers, so if you're doing a search and rescue, you can set up where the search area is going to be, and all that kind of stuff, where the person you're trying to pick up is, which is pretty cool. So there's that. Moving along. Compatibility and future capabilities tied to upcoming products. At launch, all mission hub scenarios and missions will be specifically tailored to the MH60, which is releasing this month. A total of over 30 custom-made missions will be included, along with infinite playtime hours of random or user-created content. However, the system has been built with future expansion in mind, and upcoming updates will extend full mission functionality to the Chinook, the MV-22, and M2K, along with corresponding mission packages. As development continues, the mission system will evolve to support a broader range of operations across different aircraft and mission profiles, including aerial refueling, tactical campaigns, heavy cargo operations, surveillance and reconnaissance missions, and multiplayer compatibility. More on this below. Let me check on chat here, see if everybody's doing good. F-22, 12 o'clock. Very nice. I did see that. And no, we are not in SU-2. This is SU-3. Alright. These capabilities are being developed with... Oh, wait, did I? Oh, no. These capabilities are being developed with future aircraft and system modules in mind, ensuring long-term integration and cross-compatibility within the ecosystem. An SDK will be made available to third-party developers at no cost, requiring only a straightforward licensing agreement to define usage terms. We are already collaborating with 2 well-known developers who intend to leverage Mission Hub to expand the functionality of their aircraft. Miltech Mission Hub can be used with any aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator to design and share full mission environments, including custom campaigns, scenery object placement, and naval asset integration. Compatibility modes for firefighting, SAR, and anti-submarine warfare will be provided for aircraft that are not natively integrated. And then here's another image of kind of the main menu, I guess, where you can see mission packs, handcrafted mission packs with unique challenges and polished scenarios. Community Hub, explore missions created by players, download, play, and share your own scenarios. Create a mission, easily create and edit missions, place objects, set triggers, and bring your ideas to life. And then of course multiplayer, team up with others for cooperative, competitive, and role-based missions, which is really cool. So things that we've been talking about that the in-sim career mode need, so like firefighting, where you can be together with somebody, maybe even set up like a spotter aircraft to kind of guide you where you need to be, and you know, just whatever else you could possibly imagine with this. Mission assets. Mission Hub is not only a campaign sandbox, but also a library of assets. Several assets are included with Mission Hub to enhance the creation of realistic scenarios, with more to come progressively in future updates. Assets include new detailed naval assets, the U.S. Coast Guard cutters, LHD Juan Carlos I, the HMAS Adelaide, and the HDMS Triton. Maritime rescue scenes, sinking ship, cruise ship, patient rescue scenes, anti-piracy scenes. Miscellaneous vessels include hospital ship and cargo ships, submarines from Russia, America, and contraband submarines. Miscellaneous SAR scenes, mountain rescue, sea rescue, and astronaut rescue. That's pretty cool. Sold separately, full compatibility with Super Carrier Pro, UK Carrier Strike, and Amphibious Ready Group naval assets. Instructions on how to add custom objects will also be included along with the product. In general, any sim object can be spawned using Mission Hub. And then they have some images of the ships that'll spawn in, or part of the asset. So if you're wanting to create like a ship rescue or something, it'll look something like this. This is Coast Guard. Hang on, let me resize this so it doesn't fill off the screen. There's that. So I'm assuming you'll be able to land on the ships with the helipads, of course. Alright. I think those are all the images for now. Challenges and constraints. Oh wait, did I? Nope. Naval assets anytime, anywhere. For the first time in Microsoft Flight Sim, naval assets, including all carriers released with the other add-ons, will be fully spawnable anywhere in the world at any time on demand. Anything else, ATC? Okay. Mission Hub allows for the placement of both moving and static carriers and naval assets anywhere in the world. We think that speaks for itself. It's a game changer. Challenges and constraints and multiplayer. At this point in the dev blog, I've spent the last couple of hours writing about the Mission Miracle and highlighting all the exciting capabilities of the system, but as with many things in Microsoft Flight Sim, not everything comes with a simple solution. Mission Hub will launch as a fully single-player experience with no multiplayer compatible features at release. You may have noticed a prominent multiplayer button in the UI screenshots above. It'll be there, but it'll be grayed out on day one, and there are several good reasons for that. The Hub is a technical complex product built on new APIs and deep integration with various aircraft. Ensuring stability and reliability in a single-player mode alone requires extensive testing. At this stage, it's simply too early to pursue multiplayer functionality. And this is where I don't agree with them. They said market surveys indicate that most time in Microsoft Flight Sim is spent in single-player flight, which I don't believe that in the slightest. Investing a massive amount of time and resources into a multiplayer solution is just not a feasible or maintainable strategy at this time. It's because, I mean, I just don't agree with that at all. Because every time we talk about career mode and chat and everything like that, the amount of people that have always brought up how cool multiplayer would be, it's just weird to me how developers say, oh, there's not much interest in it. That's a bunch of baloney. That's all I know. I mean, I'm glad that they want to work on it, but to say that most people play in single player, I just don't believe it. Anyways, they said external inputs far too early to say something definitive, but that multiplayer button is there for a reason. I'm telling you, once that's in there and you can fight fires with friends, do search and rescue missions together, that multiplayer is gonna be packed. That's all I know. So Miltech always saying, oh, there's not much interest in multiplayer. No. That's completely wrong. But anyways, pricing and distribution. Our strategy is make it simple. FS24 is already confusing enough for many. Updates and compatible versions and non-dev approved versions and upgrade fees for native... I don't know how it's confusing. There's standard, deluxe, and premium deluxe. That's the one thing I don't like about Miltech simulations. They make it sound like people are dumb and they don't know how to figure out the different versions of something. It's just kind of weird how they write that. But anyways, there's my two disagreements with them. So anyways, we won't do any of that. We are working towards a synced release for the Blackhawk and Miltech Mission Hub for PC and Xbox. Flight Sim 2020 and 2024 on the exact same day across all our distribution networks. This does have an impact on timelines as blah 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 blah, we don't care. Pricing wise, single purchase of the Blackhawk, prices in the mid to high 30s, I think it's $40 is the actual price now. It includes all 3 variants, weapon systems, all liveries, cabin setups, and 4 mini sceneries. FS20 version and native FS24 version from initial release. No upgrade fees, no separate enhanced versions. Oh, and Mission Hub is going to be priced. Okay, so its price is in the low to mid $10 US, including over 30 missions, 4 new highly detailed naval assets, submarines, and all other assets mentioned above. Bundles will be available with the Blackhawk and other carrier offerings, and 2020-24 versions, no upgrade fees, no subscriptions. So, there we go. But yeah, it's just, I'll never understand third-party developers saying, oh, there's not much support for helicopters in career, there's not much support for multiplayer. It's like, that's a bunch of baloney. Just stop saying that. That's a bunch of crap. And after 7 months of doing content, the amount of people that have brought up multiplayer is astronomical. So don't be telling me, oh, there's not much interest for it. Stop. Unbelievable. But anyways, so cool. So the positives, it's cool that Xbox players will be able to experience it as well. I'm not really sure how they made that work, because I always thought these programs had to be tied directly into the sim, so we'll see how that all works out. But the fact that Xbox players can actually utilize a third-party career mission thing is awesome, so that's pretty cool. And then of course having the ability to create your own custom missions and do whatever, or grab stuff that other players have created, is awesome as well. So let's see here. Looking forward to flying a C-172 on anti-submission. Absolutely. Open the door, drop out a torpedo, and we're good to go. And there goes the F-22. Very nice. Sky West over there in the sky. And Ivan, I hope I answered it. We're on the latest beta build for Sim Update 3. Because I know I said I wasn't in Sim Update 2, but... Don't know what happened. I get dinged, a hard landing and landing gear failure in midair during cruise. Yep. The in-sim career mode. I'm really hoping Sim Update 3 is gonna... It needs to. I mean, we need to start getting some stuff going on in the career mode, please. But yeah, I mean, that's just some of the stuff you deal with, for sure. Need to turn to the right a little bit.
Sky West 5905. Descend and maintain 12,000.
How are we doing RPM-wise?
Descend and maintain 12,000. Sky West 5905.
We're still in the green.
Sky West
Just trying to get the most power out of this as we can. Seems like 40.3 is the way to go. Get a little bit more prop RPM. Just want to stay in the green because that's what we're looking at up here, of course, is our lovely RPM, which we're just right there in the green. Just increase our speed a bit because we're going about 130 knots. Grand Junction is just off our nose way over here. I mean, before, because I think we pretty much completed everything career mode wise before Sim Update 1's beta started. And then ever since then, I've just been in the beta builds, which we've done stuff in career mode just to kind of test things out, you know, and fixes and things that have been improved so far in the mode. But yeah, most of my time's been in free flight, mainly because, yes, I do enjoy multiplayer like many players do in Flight Sim, regardless of what third-party developers try to tell me. But yeah, it's just nice having that, of course, in the betas. There's hardly anybody flying in free flight, it seems, or at least in areas that I'm at, since the player base is smaller than it is in the public one. But yeah, I mean, there's just really no reason to fly in career mode, especially once you've flown everything that you can purchase. There's no other mission type still, so I'm really hoping that... I still think it's going to get delayed, though. I mean, we haven't heard much of anything regarding heavy cargo anymore, or any builds and their upgrades to their aircraft, so we'll see. But as I've been saying, I'm not holding my breath for new content. I still feel like it's going to be something that's like, oh, it's delayed to Sim Update 4 or something. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but the fact that we haven't seen anything, because you would imagine they want people to test it out. And they were still saying the goal is July 7th, or around then, for a Sim Update 3 public release. It seems like this latest build has been a lot more stable for everybody, even those that have been using third-party software that was crashing with the .10 build. So, I mean, we shall see, of course. Career mode for you no longer shows missions. That's weird. You can actually, if you're doing those mission types, you should be able to go to the EFB here and then turn on the... There's a layer. I think it's under fauna, possibly? I don't remember. But one of them, I think it's this one, it can showcase heat maps of where animals are. I could be wrong, but definitely try that out and see if it helps. And we are heading to Grand Junction, right? Yes, okay. I just wanted to make sure we weren't heading to this airport I'm flying over. But yeah, once we're done with this flight, I can dive into career mode, because I haven't seen the missions just be gone, so we'll see. We shall see. Absolutely, Adam. Hopefully that helps you out. But yeah, anyways, the reason I brought that Miltech stuff up is we'll grab the Blackhawk, we'll do videos over that, and then of course we'll do videos over their program and just see where that goes. Because the only thing that I don't really care for is it doesn't seem there's much progression. It seems like it's just kind of like, oh, do this mission and then there you go. That's kind of it. There's nothing to really build towards, it seems like, at least not in the early iteration of it. It's kind of just like, okay, I did the firefighting mission, and then it seems like it's going to get to a point where it's kind of like the in-sim career mode, where sure, it's going to be a variety of locations and stuff like that, but is it just going to feel the same every time you do the mission? It's like, okay, I fought the fire again, now let's head back. I picked up this person, let's head back. You know, it's just, I'm hoping down the road there'll be some way of progressing. Because that's the biggest thing. You can give me missions, but if I'm not building towards a new plane, or like Pilops here, a new hangar so I can, you know, expand my hangar space and have more planes, what's the point in doing these missions? Because based off that description, it sounds like it's just like, okay, you pick the mission, you hop in the helicopter, you pick up a person, you come back, and then that's it. So I'm not really sure what the point of continuing to do those missions is going to be. I'm sure that'll change down the road. I'm just going off of what the initial experience is going to be like. And if there really is no progression going on, I don't see myself spending much time in it until something like that occurs in that program. Because then it's just going to be like free flight with no third-party career program. And it'll just be like, okay, there's an hour of that gone, and that's that. You know? Because it's just going to be one of those things where you do the mission a few times, like, oh, that was really awesome, that's cool. And then after that, it's like, okay, I'm kind of done doing the same thing over again and just in a different spot. Because, I mean, they said that, you know, you can use any plane, but if the beginning is only focused on military operations, like, who said that? Was it... Who said that? Where's the one? Oh, it was DLW. Like he was talking about, it's just like, okay, you got a Cessna 172. What am I gonna do with your military career mode? You know, it's just, if it can be something that doesn't just solely focus on military and bring everything in, I could see it being a really cool product. But either way, we'll test it out, see what's going on, and I'll showcase it for you guys, and that way you can see if you want to spend money on the Blackhawk or the program. I can either save you money or make it to where you want to spend money. I don't know. We will absolutely find out. There's a B-52 in the marketplace with 2.2 stars. Oh, I already know. You don't even have to tell me who made that, because I can already guarantee it's M Scenery who made that garbage. That's all they ever make. Which is why we've talked about this plenty of times too on the stream. Don't even know why Asobo keeps letting them on the marketplace. If I was running it and you kept creating stuff that was below 3 stars rating, you'd be kicked off the marketplace so fast. There's just no reason to have crap like that out there. If it's not worth 15 bucks, then go away. Because it's obvious they don't care about what they put out. They just want to flood the store with their garbage. Same with Captain Sim stuff. Which is why I don't bother doing any reviews or wasting my money buying any of that type of crap. And I also don't showcase planes that are really expensive. Like, I'm not going to spend $80 for any plane at all. 40 bucks for the Black Hawk is already a lot for me, and I'm not... Since it's the first time they're doing something with a new product, that's the only reason why I want to get it. Because if there was no career program or anything with it, I wouldn't bother getting it. I do like the Black Hawk, but $40 is very high for a price. But it's going to be one of the few times I'll actually purchase something at that price point. But anything above that, it's immediate no. I mean, that AnyBuilds A350, or whatever it was, 80 bucks, and it's not very highly rated. If you're wanting almost 100 bucks for one plane, I expect just pristine, perfectly developed aircraft, you know? Where to get this plane? You're probably not going to be able to get it because this was an Asobo release. This was a famous flyer, I believe, in 2020, and I don't think it's available to purchase in the 24 marketplace. So I guess if you bought it in 2020's marketplace, you can fly it in 24. It's just not compatible with 24 just yet, but it just functions in the new sim. And yep, DLW, absolutely. That's where I'm at too. It's just kind of like there's nothing to progress to. I don't really want to waste, you know, spend money on a 737 right now in my career, my actual career one. Because I could get so many of them with the beta build profile, but it's just... Now I can actually progress while flying in free flight, which is nice. And now I see why people want career mode in free flight. Because they could easily just incorporate everything that's in career mode into this open world experience. Is the F-22 gone? I thought I saw it recently.
SkyWest 5905, Denver Center, altimeter 2990, radar contact.
Yep, I lost the F-22. It couldn't handle my speed. Oh, man. We're going to go ahead and start descending here. So let's break out of altitude hold. Activate pitch. I'm going to bring that nose down just a degree. I don't want it to go descending too fast. Just a nice gradual descent. Now that we're over the Rocky Mountains and past them. Gonna bring the power back just a bit. Don't need to overstress the aircraft. I mean, we're far enough from that anyways, but just to make sure. Oh, by the way, let's stow away our table, please. We are descending. As I tell myself to stow away my table. And Iceberry, yeah, that was because that first year, I believe, all that money was going to rebuilding it. Which hopefully can happen. Good old AN-225. Did you see that big plane that's coming out? That's supposedly focused on wind turbine poles. Such an odd thing. I need to find it now. Whatever. Wind turbine plane. The Wind Runner. It's 12 times bigger than a 747 with cargo volume. It's insane. Let me get a picture of it up here. Let me get a good picture. Oh, there we go. That way we can showcase what it's there for. Because I think it's moving the blades and... Or no, it's actually for the blades. That's what it's for. Oh, can I? Hang on. Their website's a pain to get a picture out of. There it is. Wait, why can I not look at it? Oh my goodness. Hang on, let me screenshot it. There we go. Now I can do it. Look at this thing. Can we get that in Flight Sim? Yeah, that's the Wind Runner, which is gonna be... Its main purpose is just moving wind turbine blades. I'm sure they can do other stuff too, but... It just looks really weird, like the wing span seems really short. Let me get another picture here. Because that's what it's used for. Oh, I see the F-22's back, I think. Because then that's what it's going to be used for, I guess. No idea when it's launching, but just thought that was interesting. So that'll end up being... Because that's even bigger than the Antonov was. That's why I wanted to bring it up, since that was just brought up. Throw all this out. Got all these pictures everywhere. Clogging up my screen. Alright, cool. Hello, Quirksy. Hopefully you saw my comment. By the way, here, I'll just show it again. Since I forgot yesterday, I apologize about that. But, like I was saying, my controls and sensitivity are all set to whatever the default is. I don't have anything specifically changed. I just did, Oh, this actually moves now? That's crazy. I didn't... Because for the longest time, this was always not doing anything. But yeah, sensitivity and all that stuff for my HOTAS 1 is all set to default. So I thought I'd show it right after I saw you pop in. That way I don't forget. Oh no, it's a B2. Nice. Got the whole military on us here. But yeah, it's going to be interesting with the Blackhawk because it'll actually have functioning weapon systems as well. Oh shoot, are we here already? Oh crap, I thought our slow descent was going to be too much. Alright, hang on, we need to start descending a little bit faster here, bring that power back. So it's almost a way of turning Flight Sim into a combat sim, which is interesting. But like I said, if there's really no sense of progression or anything, it's not going to be something I'm going to spend much time in. I appreciate it, Quirksy. Absolutely, I love chatting with everybody. And making sure I try to reply to all the comments as well, even from pre-recorded videos to, of course, live chats. No doubt about it. I'm glad you enjoy the content. By the way, there was a new beta build that came out. I didn't do a video over it because it was just one item, and then dev blog stuff had 3 things, so I didn't think it was worth bringing up. But if you were using SimBrief and all that stuff, you shouldn't be crashing anymore. And I believe they fixed the ATC as well. Because I haven't been paying much attention, but I don't think they say underscore anymore.
Denver Center, CTWN 32 underscore.
Oh, no, they do. Never mind. They didn't fix that. So anyways, it was mainly just a hot fix for the third-party crashes that were going on. So if you use SimBrief for any of that, hopefully you've had a better experience.
Grand Junction Tower, CTWN 32 underscore, and Foxtrot Lima India 12 is 10 miles southeast, 10,900, with India to land. CTWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12, Grand Junction Tower, altimeter 2987, enter left downwind, runway 11.
Nothing, co-pilot? Okay, I'll do it then.
Make left downwind, runway 11, CTWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12.
Got a nice 1,500 feet per minute descent going into Grand Junction. Which thankfully we don't have to descend too much, because I'm going to guess an elevation of, let's do 6,700. Oh, 4,835. I was... One of these times I guess, it's going to be a fantastically accurate guess. I know it. Just love this livery. The older planes always have such cool ones. And bring our pitch up a little bit. I love how I always do the opposite. When I want to bring it down, I go up. When I want to bring it up, I go down. Oh, man. Now the B2 has landed. I don't think I have a DHC2. Because I think I have a 4. I'll have to look again. I always forget which one I have. Well, the pricing I feel like is based off of what it can carry. Is what it's more, kind of its distance it can go, and what it can carry. Let me look at it again. Well, that's already, well, I mean, this can go way further than the Commando can. But then my plane was 135,000 as well with less. So yeah, I see what you mean. But again, it's early on, so there'll be improvements and adjustments to all that type of stuff. The other side of it too is, because you have to think, some of these planes don't have autopilot, so they can be, I could see why they'd be a bit cheaper, you know, if you're wanting to hand fly the whole time, which is why I was going to get the Caribou, but I also want autopilot, which is why I went with the Model 18, because I'm not always around for these flights, so it's just, there's no way I'm going to pick something that doesn't have autopilot. But anyways, let's get back to our plane here. We're a little too low. Get out of autopilot anyways. Did we get our clearance? Was that what that was? Perfect. Just giving the people of Grand Junction a little air show. And a CRJ from SkyWest from Denver is on final. Did ATC bring them up? Yes, they did. Nice. Followed the generic. I can't wait till they fix that. It's always weird seeing follow the generic instead of follow, you know, SkyWest, whatever. Unless that's how they normally say it, but I doubt it. Because I think typically they say you're third in line, follow the whatever in front of you. Because I would imagine they would say follow the SkyWest or whatever they would normally say in real life. Notch your flaps in. Gears are down. And for this, we're going to be very focused. Because planes like these obviously are more difficult to land. So we're going to have our 100% focus on the landing. Because we got to have a good one. We've been flying for over an hour and 20 minutes. We still haven't got our clearance to land, though. Not that I care, I'm gonna land anyways, but I'm sure we'll get it before we touch down. I still haven't noticed anything with wake turbulence either. Like, it always just feels the same with AI, real players, whatever. Like, I hardly ever notice anything different. Even though it's apparently in the sim, I don't know. Hey WRB, welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're having a fantastic Wednesday. And again, thanks to everybody else for stopping on by. Hopefully you are having a great week as well.
SkyWest 4704, exit runway when able. CEW CTWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12 go around.
I'm good. Thanks. No, thank you.
CTWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12. Did you hear my last transmission?
Yep.
SkyWest 4704.
Don't want to answer it though.
Exit runway when able. SkyWest 4704. Contact ground on 121.7.
Nice. Oh, I should have the replay mode on. I forgot I could do that.
Going to 121.7.
We're not stalling plane, it's fine.
704.
Very nice. I'll take it.
CTWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12. You are not clear to land. Clear the runway.
And do you think I care? Give me the number. I'll call it and let you know. Or let the FAA know you're a terrible controller, so... You got 2 planes and you're all flustered. That's what I think.
CTWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12. You are not clear to land. Clear the runway.
You need to stop talking to me. I'm in a Beechcraft. I can do whatever I want to do. See, the B2's so stealthy, you don't even see it. I mean, obviously we would see it if I owned it, but I do not. So, just in case you're wondering. Let's open up this window. Get that nice noise. I never brought the yoke back, did I? Oh, I did. Okay. Because I think there was a... Oh, there is an instant replay. Oh. I guess I should have done that before. Oh, well. Oops. That was a great landing, too. I was happy with it. But that's okay. Next time. No, I don't have a B2. It's a third-party plane, so... Because if it's like a specific, really crazy model that not even the sim has, it's not going to really show up with anything. Oh, I love this plane. Let's go ahead and shut off the battery here. And thank you for flying Cowtown Air, everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that flight. Just love this plane. Left the flaps down. But alright, let's go ahead and finish up our flight. 1100 experience gained, 10,000 credits earned, bringing back to 35,000. Very nice. Right, WRB? No doubt. And there was our nice little flight. Here you can see where we went the wrong way, and then I was like, oh, we need to turn this way. Cool. Next. Gonna be a shorter flight, of course. We're not gonna do an hour. We'll see what we got going on. 29. No, I'm not gonna. Ooh. Oh, here. Let me back out of this first, and we'll be back, Mr. B2. I just want to see what's going on with these airports here. Six Charlie Oscar 0. Nope, not doing that. I don't really like going for those random ones, because they're not really made for bigger airplanes. They're more for, you know, like bush flights and stuff. That's why I try to avoid those. Oh, let's just go to KRKS. I don't even know what that is. Rock Springs. Isn't that Wyoming? Dang. I mean, I guess we're somewhat close to it. Doesn't really have a lot of goodies, though. It is it is Grand Junction. There's FedEx out there. What's CO47 like? Is that worth going to? Gypsum. Oh, it actually is on the map as a runway. Too bad there's not an Eagle County Regional Airport mission there. I'd love to have a satellite view in this mode instead of just seeing the map version of it. But let's just look at it here. Oh, was it another one of those airports that... Where was this? Eagle. Okay, that's just to the right of us. That's off I-70. There it is. It's a dirt runway, but it's an actual runway. Unlike some other ones. So we'll do it. We'll do an off-road landing in the mountains. I think that'll be cool. So, KGJT. 2. So what is it actually in the sim then? Because it wasn't showing up. Oh, that's alright. We'll just click on it. Oh, that's why. I did a 0. Nice. It's only a 30-minute flight. Excellent. So, now that we figured that out, let's bring this... Oh, that's why. I was like, what happened to the missions? They're gone. We're good. 1 passenger, 2 passenger, and 3 passenger. And only a couple packages. Not going to be our best payout, but it'll be something. Plus it's a shorter flight, so still getting $2 grand out of it. Just don't want to do another long flight. Hello, Nick. How are you doing this fine Wednesday? Okay. Not sure why I heard a plane. I'm like, are you okay, camera? Perfect.
Grand Junction ground.
Did I do 2 destinations? Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Uh-oh, hang on. Can I just kick you out?
32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12. Taxi to and hold short of runway 11 via taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 118.1 when ready.
Taxiing, hold short runway 11 via taxiway Alpha. CTWN 32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12.
Crap, I did not mean to mess that up. No. Are they still there? They are. Okay, good. I don't know how I must... Oh, that's why I did those 2 passengers. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. CO47. Alright, now we're good. Let's go ahead and refresh. Perfect. Oh, see, we're making more money. See, it all worked out. That's why I was just making sure people were paying attention, and yeah. Alright. Well, there we go. That's how you adjust that if you need to. Cool. Get this Cessna out of my face. The cool planes flying around. Oh, cool. Copilot. I love having the Copilot do ATC communications. Hey, it's a King Air. Very nice. Oh. Oh. Now I just see the pilot. Alright, very interesting takeoff. Love it. I don't have a schedule for live streams. I typically stream around this time though, like every morning. Because I don't do streams in the evening or anything like that. I mean, if we had new content for the sim, it'd be more pre-recorded stuff anyways. I just do the live streams just to kind of have a, you know, chat here and there and go from that, but we've been lacking the new content. I mean, it's been nice having, you know, city updates and whatnot, and of course the new Piper, but I'm really hoping we'll start seeing some stuff for career. Hey Rob, hello, hello. How are you doing this fine Wednesday?
Grand Junction Tower, CTWN32 underscore, and Foxtrot Lima India 12 at runway 11 ready for departure, east departure.
CWN32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12. Altimeter 2985 departure to the east approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 11.
Cleared for takeoff runway 11, CTWN32 underscore and Foxtrot Lima India 12.
Do I use pop-up instrument windows? No. I do not. Ooh, this thing's wanting to get up in the air already. I forgot about my trim again. We just kind of float off the ground. That works.
CTW-132 underscore in Foxtrot Lima India 12. Continue for east departure.
Grand Junction Tower, CTW-132 underscore in Foxtrot Lima India 12. Continue for east departure.
So cool. But yeah, if anything, I started the stream a bit earlier than I normally do today, so pretty much whatever 23 minutes ago was, 11 o'clock my time is typically when I start the streams, but was just in the mood to get flying today. Have a grand old time out in the Rockies.
CDW-132 underscore in Foxtrot Lima
Oh,
India 12.
we got a new
Leaving
sim
on
update.
airspace. Frequency change approved.
Grand Junction Tower, CTW-132 underscore in Foxtrot Lima India 12. Frequency change. Denver Center, CTW-132
It's another one that's not too exciting.
India 12 is type Beechcraft.
Modified the new LOD curve to keep a parable over screen size 100% and activated the new curve by default. In flight system flight planning, added support for the new max cruise out perimeter, added support for the aircraft limits section and flight performance. Oh, it's all just like dev stuff. Two builds that maybe I'll just do a video over it anyways, just to bring both builds in. We'll see. But now we're flying our twin Beech. Which I saw the flaps down.
Foxtrot Lima India 12 contact Denver Center on 125.675. Good day.
Heavy cargo is supposed to be releasing with Sim Update 3, but I'll believe it when I see it. Alright, let's go ahead and get the autopilot rolling here. Get our heading set up the way we want it. And off we go. Banjo, welcome to the stream. I'm doing great. Hopefully you are as well on this fantastic Wednesday. Welcome, welcome. And I appreciate Banjo. I'm glad you enjoy the content. That is awesome to hear. A nice little view from the passenger compartment. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I'd love for it to show up, but it just seems like something that might be pushed back to Sim Update 4. But that's just me guessing. There's no definitive answer as to if we're still on track for a Sim Update 3 public release with heavy cargo. Not a specific date for Sim Update 3's public release, but they were aiming for July 7th, or around July 7th. And we're back to these beta builds being very, very light on changes, so it's always a good sign to see if we're getting closer to a public release, because that's typically what's been happening with the previous beta builds.
Delta 409er, Denver Center, radar contact, continue.
Just wanted to make sure we were... Oh, look at that. How cool. And I mean, I hope not. I really do hope that we get the heavy cargo in Sim Update 3, because career mode is just, it needs to start rolling. I mean, we've had the same mode for 7 months now. It's just, it's time to get stuff going on that. So, I know Sim Update 4 is going to be bringing back the bush trips, which I know a lot of you were disappointed wasn't around, so definitely looking forward to that, because again, I never did those in 2020, so I look forward to doing them in 24, making some videos and streams with that. Still wish they would be able to do in multiplayer too. I mean, maybe something will change with the 24 versions of it, we'll see. By the way, I should probably stop the ascent we got going on. Too busy looking at the view, because we're good now, for the most part. Bush trips are where you are, I don't know like the specific definition of it, but you're in like tail draggers, the X-Cub and those types of aircraft, and you're flying through really cool areas and you're doing landings on dirt strips, kind of out in the middle of nowhere type adventure flights, pretty much. And Duke, you picked up a couple custom airports from the marketplace last night. I'm surprised how well they run on Xbox. It seems like the beta performance is improving. Nice. We're probably gonna do we'll probably be on the Xbox version of the sim tomorrow. See how it's doing. Because we haven't touched it since I believe 1.5.9. So it's been a couple builds since we've checked out the Xbox version. So you can expect that tomorrow. Probably not. I mean, once they get to these really light builds, nothing really extravagant happens after that. At least from what we've experienced with the last couple sim updates. And you will be getting that when Sim Update 3 releases, Rob. Which I guess I should mention that too. Everything that you're seeing here is streamed. I don't have anything downloaded. I'll probably mess with that a little bit more when it's officially out, just to see if anything's changing up. Because I was always getting mixed answers regarding if it was fully functional in the beta or not. Some people on the Osobo team was saying, yes it is, and then people in the mod forums, or the mods on the forums were saying no. So it's just like, I don't know what's happening. So I guess we'll find out when it's fully released. I like these little windows that look up. Is the King Air still around? I don't think so. I'm not seeing any nameplates. I don't know what this is showing. Alright. Oh, that must be the King Air. Let's see. Ah, yep. There's Banks. Alright, well, I will be right back, folks. I will leave you with a beautiful view. Here, as a matter of fact, let's just kind of set it up that way. And I will be right back. Alright, we're back. Let's see here. Do you think for cargo missions they should allow military well, we're gonna be... See, that's the thing. There's so much stuff that was announced or revealed when, you know, they were talking about Flight Sim 24 and all that stuff, mission-wise for Career that we don't have yet, because the military aircraft like the A400 and the C-17, are going to be receiving remote cargo operation missions at some point. And eventually we'll have, you know, helicopter firefighting, we'll have, you know, cargo ship rescue type stuff too. When that's going to happen, I don't know. I'm really hoping we're not going to have this time frame that we've had to get heavy cargo for every other mission type down the road, because it's not going to last then. People will move on to other programs and everything else. It's going to have a steady flow of improvements. But anyways, to answer your question, the military aircraft are going to have cargo missions. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think the problem is any builds didn't do very hot with their in-sim aircraft. Which is why we have no any builds aircraft in career mode. Oh, except for the A400. But anyways, no, that's not in career mode. It's just in the sim. Never mind. So yeah, there is no any builds aircraft in career mode. They're all being worked on, because apparently the A330, the Beluga, just basically the whole slate of any builds aircraft are being worked on to get new builds to them. Same with the Dreamlifter for the 747 and the 747 firefighting variation of it. But I haven't heard much about it since they were talking about that in a developer stream a couple months ago. So we'll see. Because all I know is, as we talked about, it's just, you get to a point in the career mode in Sim where it's just like, I'm done. I've done everything I can possibly do. There's only so many times I can do a cargo mission in a PC-24, or a search and rescue mission in an H-145, or 125, the Airbus. And yeah, I mean, there's just so many planes that should be in career mode, and hopefully that'll start rolling in Sim Update 3 as well. So, well, Heavy and Super Heavy should be coming out at the same time. But anyways, all the AnyBuilds planes are getting updates. From the A320 to the A330, all of that. Yeah, I mean, no doubt, Barry. I mean, it's just 7 months in, and yes, there's been new additions. The Cap 4, and I think the Piper, right? But it's just the ferry flights and the first flights and just the boring parts of career mode that I have no interest in flying anymore. You know, it's just, it was fun in the beginning when you were building things up, but no interest in doing that anymore. Which is a shame that even the first-party aircraft aren't fully supported. Because, I mean, the Piper should absolutely be able to do private charter flights and stuff. So I don't know if it's just the career mode is such a pain to develop that even the in-house planes are having problems with it, or what the case may be. But, yeah, it's just, it's got to get rolling, because the waiting is over at this point. Is the way I look at it. And Nick, that's the other side of it too, is it's such a small selection of aircraft to use, especially for a few of the mission types.
Denver Center, generic underscore in. For miles north of Kilo
I love that
Bravo 2
underscore.
Kilo
Hopefully the next
Whiskey,
beta build
5400.
fixes it.
Request flight following.
Because we're not on it just yet, but
Generic underscore in.
we'll be
November
wrapping
8,
up this stream
1402
anyways, and
Denver
then
Center.
I'll do an update video just to talk about the last couple beta builds since 1.5.13.0 came out just about, what now, 20 minutes ago? Just to keep everybody up to date.
Generic underscore in 4 Papa Juliet.
But first, we have to have a fantastic dirt landing here.
North of Kilo Bravo 2 Kilo Whiskey, 6500. Altimeter 2980. Roger, generic underscore in 4 Papa Juliet. Delta 958. Maintain present altitude.
Nice, but I mean, yeah, that's the other side. The cool thing too is you're able to use programs like Pilops and then have those third-party ATC programs. No doubt. That was the mistake they made, being way too structured in career mode. That's where the problems arise. Because it's so much nicer doing it this way, where it's just like, wherever you're at, okay, I'm at this airport, here's the options that you have, load it on up with cargo or passengers, and fly. Don't have to deal with hold short at the blue boxes and all that type of crap, or, you know, it's nice having that extra freedom there. Well, yeah, Banana, because that's what we have it set to in free flight. Because I haven't messed with the ATC the whole time. The co-pilot's taking care of it. So the fact that it's already in the sim, but you can't do it in career mode makes no sense. Because yeah, the co-pilots in career mode are useless. It's like, oh, we're at 10,000 feet. Great. I can look at the instruments. Thank you. Oh man. I hope they don't fumble it. I mean, it can be such a great mode if they do it right. So, the ball is in their court. But I mean, 7 months to get anything actually new and substantial to the mode is disappointing. But that's why things like Pilops exist. Letting you fly your nice wide range of planes that you bought years ago that you could never really use in 24. It's just nice having a wide variety of that instead of just whatever plane supports the very structured career mode that's in the sim. Yeah, the whole certification stuff is great. I do like that. I think that could be expanded a little bit more as well. Instead of take off, do a loop, and then land again. It'd be kind of cool to see some of them be a bit more in-depth or something. And, of course, I'd love to see training on more unique aircraft as well. Because, you know, it's just basic flight with a 172, and then that's about it. So it'd be cool to see stuff like that down the road. But, yeah, I'm hoping for the best for the mode. I like that you fly old, small planes and short flights makes your content fun. Absolutely. Because, as I always say, I don't like doing airliner flights or long flights with any other aircraft. Because it's just boring. I mean, there's nothing exciting about seeing one flight for 3 hours. At least for me. I mean, I don't find that entertaining for a video, and I don't find it entertaining for myself. Because when I'm doing a long flight, I'm not even at the computer. The autopilot's doing it for me, and I come back later in the day and land, and that's that. But I'm glad you enjoy the content. That's awesome to hear. Bring them back that power. And don't get me wrong, I love the career mode in the flight sim as well, but I'm just bored of it right now because I've done everything that's been available since it released, you know, and it's just, it gets to a point where it's like, I want something new. Like, let's go. I want an A330. I want to do some heavy cargo stuff. I want my Beluga. I love flying that thing. And if I can have missions and progression while flying it, it'll make it even cooler, you know? So I'm really hoping it will make SU3, and I will be highly disappointed if it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't have to be like ultra like realistic, like I'm at a flight training school and trying to get my pilot's license difficult. Just a little bit longer, because it's just really short flights right now. Because it doesn't need to be like ultra crazy regarding that. Alright, so what we're seeing in front of us is Eagle Airport in Eagle, Colorado. Eagle County Regional Airport, I should say. We are not landing there. We are landing just to the right on this dirt runway. I'm excited for this. Especially since it's actual runway, because if you remember from a couple days ago, we did the stream over this, and we picked a thing that wasn't really an airport. It was just a dirt road, and it was a mess. Alright, I'll give you a little bit more power here. Get down to about 1,500 feet per minute. Hopefully it's not going to be a pain to find it. It shouldn't be. So we'll probably, here, let's bank to the left a little bit. One thing that the in-sim career mode needs to bring too is this whole hangar thing. Instead of just buying planes and then they're just wherever, it's cool having the requirement, because now if I want to buy another plane, I need to get another hangar somewhere, because I only had 2 slots at the one I started with. So it's kind of cool having that type of element as well, and then of course the airliners where you can start it. And of course career mode needs multiplayer functionality. Because in Pilops, like we've shown, you can create a company and then your friends and other people can join in and apply for the fleet, and you're both making money. So the money goes to the company as a whole, and of course to you, and whoever makes the airliner can set up that whole thing. It needs more of those types of functionalities as well. I also love this idea of consecutive days, bonus credits. Another thing that could be implemented in career mode, just incentivize people to hop into career mode and get bonus funds for flying daily and all that kind of stuff. I think that's a great idea. Go ahead and bank out of autopilot here. And yes, you can sell your aircraft as well. Eventually in Pilops, you'll be able to put it onto an online marketplace so other players in the program can purchase your plane for a higher price than whatever the program gives you just to be an instant sell, which is a cool addition as well. But yeah, I do plan on getting an airliner set up. I just want to get a little bit more funds because it's $100,000 in order to create one, and then can kind of just see where that goes from there because I'm interested on that for sure. Just call it Cowtown Air, and then when you join up, you can hop on in. We're not going to be landing the other way. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm not going to go down the slope of the mountain to land, so we're going to just do whatever we want to do. It's a dirt runway, and there's no tower, so whatever. Cows community pilots. I mean, that works too, you know. First notch of flaps, get those gears down so the alarm doesn't freak out. And sorry, Banks, for now I'm going to turn off the nameplates, just so I have a clear view of the runway.
Delta 958, flight level tree 50. Delta 958.
And then the other nice thing about this whole thing anyways is you guys watching can fly with me, because if I'm just streaming the regular career mode, you can't fly with me. So now we can, while I'm still doing a career type thing going on, which is really cool. And of course that'll be even better when we're all on the same version of the sim. And Pilops, if you end up watching this stream as well, because they've been watching the other content, which is awesome. I'm glad they've been enjoying it and taking into account what we've been mentioning and all that. I would like to see a bit more variety with mission lengths, because some places, even bigger airports, it's like, oh, here's 30 nautical miles, and then it jumps from 30 to 300 and stuff like that. Just, especially in areas where it would make sense to have a more variety of a selection, because, you know, you have Eagle County Airport here, Denver, Colorado Springs, Pueblo, and all that, Grand Junction, Salt Lake City. It'd be cool to see that happen too.
Denver Center, American
Hey Jay, glad you're enjoying it.
level tree 60.
I am as well. This is going to put us, I think, over 21 hours of flight time now in the mode. I'm a little bit worried about this airport, because it doesn't look like the Sims modeled the runway right, unless it's just the darker part, because the road looks like it's going uphill. So we're going to go for this point here, and hopefully it's long enough for us to land. Because yeah, you can see it's kind of going uphill there. Oh, maybe it wasn't. It just looked that way. Yeah, hang on. It looked worse from a distance, so we'll be fine then.
American 249er, 6 contact, Denver Center on 1 tree, 4.5. Good day.
Beautiful around here though, isn't it? I love the trees in 24. They look so nice on these mountains. The different biomes and all that. You're up to 7K now? Very nice. I keep seeing you on the map. Yeah, I'm always running a plane, doing something for sure. But glad you're enjoying the program. I'm really excited to see where it goes. And SLH, no. This is the build that came out yesterday. I haven't upgraded to it just yet. This is going to be the last bit of the stream here, and then I'll dive into the last couple beta builds and put an update video out for you guys. Where you get this plane? This was one of the famous flyers that released in Flight Sim 2020. And I love it. I'm so glad I can utilize it in a career format as well, instead of it just sitting in my aircraft list collecting dust. Flaps down. But yep, it's 1.5.13.0. Came out about 30 minutes ago. But we were in the middle of a flight, so I wasn't gonna bail out of it.
Denver Center, generic condition November 778 X-ray Juliet is passing 12,800, climbing 14,000.
Alright, thanks for stopping by, Nick. Enjoy the rest of your day. Oh crap, we're here already. What is that on the runway? Oh, it's a van. It's alright, we're still gonna get this landing in. Even with a fuel truck or whatever driving on it.
Descend and main. Denver Tower, generic condition November 778 X-ray Juliet, 18 miles north, inbound visual runway tree approach.
I did not realize we were here already.
Generic underscore November 778 X-ray Juliet, Denver Tower, altimeter 29904, cleared visual runway tree approach.
I didn't have the replay on either, but I don't want to see that. We bounced it. Whew. I guess we can kind of just park wherever we want to here. Hey Raven, hello, hello, how are you doing today? Couldn't find it in my 2020 library. Well, this came out after the initial release, because this was a famous flyer. Because it was 15 bucks. I forgot when it came out, but yeah, this was a after release aircraft. This didn't come with the sim. Although, oh no, they were just discounted. Love it. And let's go ahead and wrap up our flight. Our first landing was a lot better, by the way, in the stream. It's just always, because I'm always worried about going to these dirt runways, just for the fact that, you know, even some regular runways at airports have random hills and stuff in there, so I'm always very cautious about that. But yep, up to $38,369 and over level 21. A nice little short flight from Grand Junction into the middle of the Rockies. I mean, not yet, but we're still in the middle of the mountains. Looked cool. And our 15% bonus for being on day number 5 in a row for consecutive flights. Raven, I mean, I think so. Because, I mean, obviously it doesn't have firefighting or search and rescue, but to be honest, those missions are cool for the first couple times, and then they just become a bore because it's the same thing. There's no variety in the amount of people you're rescuing or anything like that. So this one, you're able to use a bunch of different airplanes that you can't use in the sim career. They're always adding some based off of community suggestions. So if there's any aircraft missing that you want to fly in this mode, you can request it. And they always put out a huge list of new planes that are always being added to this list. So if you're wanting to fly stuff that's in 2020 or ones that aren't even supported in 24 yet, and it's in this list, you can utilize it and just have a fun time moving around the map, transporting passengers, transporting cargo, and then of course, oh here, let me go all the way down the list here. And then of course you can create your own airline company, have friends and random people join, and have a whole community thing going on. Is that the ES-30? Oh, no, that's the ATR. I mean, that's cool. I have that as well, so I wouldn't mind doing some passenger transport with that. But yeah, so there's that. Hangars to buy for the planes you get, and then of course the airliner company that you can start with. I don't have 100,000, but that's probably gonna be the next thing I focus on. I'm happy with my planes I have, and then you guys can join on in. I guess you apply. I'll just approve everybody anyways, unless you crash a plane, then you're banned. But anyway, so there's a lot of cool things. There's multiplayer aspects to it as well, which is awesome, and it's free, which is another plus. So cool. There we have it, everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed another live stream in Flight Sim 2024 while diving into some more Pilops Career flights in the Beechcraft Twin Beech. Just awesome. I just did, because you, okay, so what happens is you pick an airport to start at, and then you just go from that. At the airport you're at, you'll have passengers and general package to different destinations, both short and long flights. Obviously, the smaller the airport, the less options you have, and then the bigger the airport, the more options you can get from that. And then you just pick the plane you're in and fly. You get going. Because you can see other flights that I've taken here. Let's go to my behemoth one of 80,000 credits in the Skymaster. So took off from northern panhandle of Nebraska all the way down to Houston. 5.5 hour flight, made me 80 grand. And then hangars, I believe, are just dependent on where you're getting them. So let's say we wanted to get a new hangar at Denver. So that's 50,000 credits for a hangar there. I'm not sure if there's a variety just yet. Let's do LAX. There's 4 hangars at this airport. So they all seem to be 50,000, so they're probably fitting 2 aircraft. I'm sure down the road that'll change. So if you want a bigger hangar at a bigger airport, you can probably store more than 2 airplanes in there and stuff. At least that's what I'd like to see from that. But yeah, 50,000 seems to be the going rate for a new hangar, which I have my Skymaster and my Beechcraft in Colorado Springs. Well, you don't have to spend real money for the $5. It's 50,000 credits of in-sim time. Because the option is there, of course. It's a free program. It helps support the program, but you don't have to get the monetized one if you don't want to. So, but anyways, there we go. That's that. So again, thanks for watching, everybody, and I will talk to you guys next time. See ya.